Hello everyone. So welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to cover Euler Totient function, and all the fundamental concept related to the Euler Totient function has already covered, and the concept was relative prime number or coprime number. So now we'll start the definition part first. Since Euler Totient function are always denoted by phi, and phi of n means here we are calculating the Euler Totient function of positive integer n. Hope the first point is clear to you now. Now we'll go to the definition part. Definition says that Euler Totient function phi of n is defined as the number of positive integers less than n and relatively prime to n. The definition is very simple. What it says, here we are taking all those number which is less than n and which is relatively prime to n. So all the count of the number is basically called Euler Totient function. The definition can be understood in better way if I'm going to cover the procedure to calculate Euler Totient function as well as example, right? So now we'll see the procedure to compute Euler Totient function. Suppose here we want to calculate phi of n, then what step we need to follow, that we're going to see now, right? So at the step number 1, we'll list down all the number from 1 to n minus 1. Why we are taking n minus 1? Because here we need to calculate phi of n. So here we'll take one number less than n. Suppose here we need to find phi of 10, then in that case, so n minus 1 will be 9. So at the step 1, we'll list down all the number from 1 to 9, that is 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Hope the step number 1 is clear to you now. Now we'll go to the step number 2. Since at the step number 1, we have listed all the number from 1 to n minus 1. So out of the number 1 to n minus 1, only those number will be accepted which are relatively prime to n at the step number 2, right? And the rest of the number will be discarded which is not relatively prime. Then we'll go to the step number 3, and at the step number 3, we'll take the count of all the accepted number, and the count of all those accepted number is basically called phi of n, or it is also called Euler Totient function. So now we'll understand this procedure with the help of the example also. So now I'll take the example. Suppose here you want to calculate phi of 20, then how the procedure will going to work, that we'll see. Since here n is nothing but 20, right? So n minus 1 will be 19. So at the step number 1, we'll list down all the number from 1 to 19. I hope the step number 1 is clear to you now. So now at the step number 2, what they are saying, here we'll select only those number which are relatively prime to 20, right? So I'll start from the number 1. So first we'll take the between 1 and 20, they are relatively prime or not. So 1 is always relative prime with respect to any other number, so no need to check for the A1, and 1 will be always accepted, right? So now we'll check for 2. If I'll check for the 2 and 20, here 2 can divide 20, right? So 2 can divide 20, it means that 2 cannot be the relatively prime. The number is said to be relative prime if it is not divisible by any third number, then it can be considered as the relatively prime, right? Since the 2 and 20, both the number are divided by 2 itself, right? 2 can divide 2 and 2 can divide 20. Hence we can say 2 is not relatively prime to 20. So it will be discarded. Now check for 3. So in 3 and 20, do we have any number that can divide 3 as well as 20? No, right? So 3 and 20 are not divisible by any third number and itself also, right? So in that case, here 3 will be accepted. It cannot be discarded. So now I'll check for the 4. So if I'll check for the 4, here we have 4 and here we have 20. So 4 itself can divide 20. At the same time, 4 are also divisible by 2 and 20 is also divisible by 2. So here a 2 number exists that can divide 4 as well as 20. 2 and 4, right? So here the 4 will be discarded. I hope this thing is clear to you now. Now check for the 5. Since 5 itself can divide 20, so 5 cannot be the relative prime number, so it will be discarded again. Now check for the 6 and 20. The 2 can divide 6 as well as 2 can divide 10, right? 2 can divide 20. Hence we can say 6 and 20 are not relative prime, so it will be also discarded. In 7 and 20, here we don't have any other number that can divide 7 and 20, right? So it will be accepted. Now check for 8, right? Here we have 8. In 8 and 20, do we have any number that can divide 20 and 8? Yeah, 2 can divide 8, 2 can divide 20. 4 can divide 8 and 4 can divide 20. It means that 8 and 20 are not relatively prime number. So it will be again discarded. In similar way, here we're going to discard all those number which is not relatively prime, right? In similar way, we'll check for the 9. So 9 will be here in 9 and 20. We don't have any other number that can divide 9 as well as 20, right? So it will be accepted. Now we'll check for 10. In 10, 5 can divide 10 and 5 can divide 20. 2 can divide 10 and 2 can divide 20. 4 can, yeah. So here we have the 2 as well as 5, right? So they are divisible by, so 2 and 5 can divide 10 and 2 and 5 can divide 20. So hence we can say it is not relative prime number, so it will be discarded. Now check for 11. So 11 will be accepted. 12 will not be accepted, it will be discarded because 2 can divide 12 and 2 can divide 20, so it will be discarded. Now check for 13. 13 will be accepted. Now check for the 14. 14, right? 2 can divide 14, 2 can divide 20, right? So it will be discarded. Now check for 15. 15 can divide 5, 5 can divide 15 and 5 can divide 20. So it is what relative prime number. So it will be again discarded. Now check for 16. 2 can divide 16 and 2 can divide 20, right? So again it will be discarded. 17 and 20, right? In 17 and 20 are not divisible by any third number, so it will be accepted. Now check for 18. 18, right? 18 is divisible by 2 and 20 is divisible by 2, so it will be discarded. And 19 will be accepted. So out of 19 number, now we'll check how many number are accepted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And all those number which are accepted will list down, right? So this is a step number. This is step number 2 basically. Now at the step number 2, at the step, now we'll after the step number 2 we'll go to the step number 3, and at the step number 3 we'll check the count of total accepted number. Since the count of total accepted number are 8, so here we're going to write the final answer, and the final answer will be 5 of 20. Here we are calculating 5 of 20, right? So 5 of 20 will be equal to 8. So this is the procedure to calculate Euler Totient function. I hope the example is very clear to you now. So with the completion of this example, we'll end this lecture, and from the next lecture we'll see the property and the rest of the part. Thank you.